This my connection is keep on stopping. Good day to all of you. Good afternoon. I am Mr. Remeo Balani in the Philippines. I am among the so-called targeted individuals of psychotronics technology around the world. This is around the world. But still, I believe that the public cannot still believe. Let us say that they do not believe that there are technologies and there is a particular technology, especially the voice of God, can do remote surveillance to your thoughts and to your inside your mind. They can see what your thoughts is, and they can hear what you're thinking. So my connection is getting slow again. So this is Friday of March 14, 2025. So this is already, maybe it's 2 o'clock, 2:40 in the afternoon here in the Philippines. I am the Philippines and I am in the Marikina City and Twin Rivers 2 subdivision. Maybe you can look at my place or my location here in the Philippines. So the title of this video is about the brief history of the psychophysical weapon, especially the psychotronic technology. Psychophysical weapon is a type of weapon that can entrain your brain and your neural and your nervous system. So that's it. It can kill you also. So this psychophysical weapons includes the voice of God, especially the psychotronic technology. That is the terms today that is very well known in the world, psychotronics technology. And under the psychotronics technology, the most prominent weapon is the one that is called voice of God weapon. It can transmit voices into your head subliminally or verbally, or any sounds, not only voices, but can also transmit sounds of anything from animals to revolutions of the machines, of cars, of vehicles, of any vehicles, and many more. But just according to everything that is concerning about sounds, that can be transmitted by the voice of God weapon. That is all of this weapon that can entrain your brain and your nervous system and your neural system is called under the category of psychophysical weapon. So, in 1973, the United Nations have already banned the psychophysical weapons, and it is considered also by the United Nations during 1973 that it belongs to the category of weapon of mass destruction. So, here we are. So, I believe that some of the public still do not believe that the government has the technology to read your mind, or specifically can watch your thoughts and can listen to your thoughts. So even your dreams, everything, even what you feel, your emotions, everything. The government can watch it and can see it and can hear it. So that is the government. Every technology, the government will do everything for the sake of the people. That should be the purpose. But when the governments become wrong, or it is embedded by many evil people, so the government will be a problem, because it is already coup by the evil people that actually they are called as the deep state. So the deep state terminology is coined by President Trump in his first term of presidency in the United States of America. So that is the deep state. But the deep state are really simple people, common people in every nation, but they are rich and powerful, but they are not in the government. They can handle and manipulate those in the government and those in the position. but actually they are not in the government, so they are not accountable to the people whatever crime they are doing. So that is the people inside the so-called group of deep state. In every nation there is a deep state. So that is a mafia style organization. So that is the deep state. Sometimes the deep state, one of their members become a politician just to handle the most important position necessary to be handled by them. So they put people in there from among themselves, from among their clan, from among their families. From their families, they put some important position in the most important time that their position will be endangered, or they want to make some changes for their gain and benefits in a certain era, in a certain time of history. So they will put their own people there. Actually, these families of the so-called deep states are having their member of families become an employee of every secret services like the CIA, KGB, FBI, NBI in the Philippines, National Bureau of Investigation, everything that is concerned about the secrecy, the secret services of the espionage and many more. So that is handled by the member of this deep state. So they are not actually politicians, they are employee, but specifically in the secret services agency, like the CIA, FBI, NSA. In the Philippines, that is NBI, EIB, economic agencies with secrecy, with espionage and defense. So that is the category that the deep state people are handling. They are employed there. They are best at it. That's why they know everything, every secret of the politician and every secret in the country. So it is the same here in the Philippines. The deep states are actually inside the secret services agency. That is handled by their families. But sometimes they kill each other, of course, for power grab and power play. So, but they always connect to each other because it's hard to be alone. So, these deep state people hate people that are streetwise, the people that are evil more than them. So they hate them. So they also hate the saints, especially the Christians, that actually keep on opposing any tyrannical forms of governance. So here we go again. So we need to give you some brief history of the psychotronic technology that is actually can read really your thoughts remotely from outer space or from your neighbors or inside the backpack of a passerby. So that is how it is being made. It is miniaturized and it can be armed also in the outer space. So that is the psychotronic technology. Mostly it is the voice of God. It can do anything. It can entrain your neural and nervous system. So even your emotion, they can change your decision and they can embed in your head messages, subliminal messages that you may believe that it is from your brain, but actually it is not. You are being instructed actually subliminally and you don't know it, just to change your decision or to change your being, to change your whole being. So what is really the evidence that this technology exists? In 1953 to 1976, the U.S. Embassy in Moscow had been bombarded by this so-called signal that is actually microwave. So the U.S. government is alarmed with it. So they make their own investigation of the CIA there on how the Russian can do it. So that is alleged that it is the Russian. We don't know that, you know, how the clandestine operation of the CIA. Sometimes it is the CIA themselves that attack their own people just to present to the board something for the benefits of what their operation is, what operation they are in. So that is always clandestine and black project. It means that it is out of the record of the people. So that was in 1953 to 1976. So what is the most evidence of this? So wait for a while, because it is reported that my battery is already only 20%, and I don't know where my charger is. So let me focus you on something else. So this is my laptop, my 2012 laptop. That is Windows 7. I have converted it to Windows 11, but the Windows 11 is already expired, the service, so it can no longer be updated. So it is actually Windows 7, home Windows 7 of the HP laptop. So that is how will I read my brief history of this psychotronic technology. So that's it. Now, so we will continue. I just installed my charger to my phone, because it reports that I have only 20% of the battery. So what is the evidence that this technology already exists? Because since in 2016, the Havana syndrome that happened in Havana, Cuba, inside the U.S. Embassy and the Canadian Embassy, the same attacks of microwave had been experienced by the U.S. Embassy and by the Canadian Embassy there, the employees. So it seems that during 2016, the CIA and the FBI that investigates it seems to be so ignorant about the attack. So why can they act like that they are ignorant, since in 1953 to 1976 they knew it well in their U.S. Embassy in Moscow. And so for another evidence is that, let me quote the conversation of the Secretary of State Henry Kissinger to the Soviet ambassador in Washington DC. He is Anatoly Dobrynin, D-O-B-R-Y-N-I-N, Dobrynin, Anatoly Dobrynin in Washington DC, the Russian embassy in Washington DC. So Henry Kissinger, in December 9, 1975, called to the telephone this Ambassador Anatoly Dobrynin in Washington DC, and he said, as I quote it, "I want to talk to you about the signal." It means that is the microwave signal that is being used in 1953 and 1973. So 1975, it is believed to be continuously being used, because the Secretary of the State of the U.S., Henry Kissinger, called on the telephone to the Russian ambassador Anatoly Dobrynin, and this is what he say in the conversation. "I want to talk to you about the signal," say Henry Kissinger, "that beam you are beaming in our embassy in Moscow. So maybe you could turn it off until I get there." So that is an evidence, and this transcript of conversation of Secretary of State Henry Kissinger and Anatoly Dobrynin, Ambassador Anatoly Dobrynin of Russia in Washington DC, can be acquired under FOIA. That is the Freedom of Information Act. So you can obtain the transcript of this conversation. This happened in 1975, December 9, 1975. So it means that even Secretary of State during that time admits that there is already the presence and evidence of the technology that is being bombarded on the U.S. Embassy in Moscow. So here we go. So in 2010, the book Matrix Deciphered was written by Dr. Robert Duncan. Dr. Robert Duncan is an ex-CIA scientist. He is positioned, he is in chair of the Public Defense Department of the CIA. So he is the one, Dr. Robert Duncan is the one who designed the artificial intelligence of this psychotronic technology. So let us begin to show to you how this brief of history of the presence or the evidence, the existence of the psychotronic technology that can read minds and thoughts remotely or from your neighbor. So there he is talking about the EEG cyber hive minds. EEG cyber hive minds. So I quote, Dr. Robert Duncan writes it this way: in order for us to proceed in our understanding of a revolutionizing technology in its capabilities as a weapon, we need to define some concept and vocabulary. EEG stands for electroencephalogram. It is a representation of the brain's electrical activity. Traditionally, electroencephalograms are gathered through probes placed all around the head. They measure minute electrical differences from each other that are representative of the brain's activity near the probe. A brain map can be inferred from these voltage sensors. EKGs, electrocardiograms, work in exactly the same way to measure the electrical waves from the heart. MEG stands for magnetoencephalogram and similarly measure the magnetic fields created from ion flows in the brain. They have different trade-offs in terms of measuring and locating brain activity. A functional MRI is an active scanning technique used to also measure brain activity in real time, as well as its structure. MRI stands for magnetic resonance imaging. It uses magnetic resonance to create photons that are representative of the types of atoms and bonding states they are in. Another sister technology is called ESR, electron spin resonance. I have not seen any hospitals which make use of this technique by creating images from electron spin resonance. Electromagnetic waves are created by a perturbation to electric or magnetic fields that carry information about the states of angular momentum. There are many more brain imaging technologies, but these are the traditional ones. Using probes to collect brain information has limitation beyond just the lack of ability from the tethered wires attached to the user. It collects electrical information the best at the surface of the brain, but not deep into it. That is why so many probes need to be attached to the brain in order to get a more refined picture of activity. I have been studying the human minds for a good portion of my life, from neuroscience to cognitive modeling to artificial intelligence. So that is Dr. Robert Duncan had been revealing about himself, about his capacity. So he is talking about secrets. So here is the secret number one that Dr. Duncan revealed in his books, Matrix Deciphered, written in 2010. Here is secret number one that has been suppressed by the forces of ignorance in the government. There was a patent that I will keep referring to throughout this book because of the importance of the work. It is published in the appendix. In 1974, Robert Malik, an employee of Dorn and Margolin Incorporated, a major defense subcontractor and radar design now owned by EDO Corporation, An even larger all-defense contractor in electronics warfare invented a fairly simple radar device that could read whole brain electrical activity at a large distance. It has the major advantages of no wires and full brain electrical activity analysis, not just points on the skull surface. He discovered and perfected a way to use some simple electromagnetic oscillations anywhere from 100 MHz to 40 GHz to read brain waves by illuminating the brain and its electrical conductance, then reading the return signal. The imaging method observes the changes of frequency resonances, amplitude, and phase, which represent the states of neuron depolarization throughout the brain. That is the secret number 1. So, secret number 2, according to Dr. Duncan, is, but more profoundly, he discovered that, about Dr. Robert Malek, is talking about Dr. Malek, the inventor of psychotronics, Robert Malek, in 1974. He discovered that he could influence brainwaves if precisely timed with a return training signal. He had no idea that at this moment in history, he had accidentally destroyed democracy as we envisioned it to be. The military and surveillance community immediately picked up on the patent and within 2 years had reprogrammed their communication and surveillance satellites and terrestrial phase arrays with the new concept. The rapid deployment of this technology occurred because it only required software changes in already existing radar, imaging, and communications terrestrial dishes and satellites. Many additional spy satellites have been launched since to bolster the system. So in 1976, on the bicentennial of this great nation, a system called TAMI, T-A-M-I, was born. TAMI is an acronym for Thought, Amplifier, and Mind Interface. A more invasive Big Brother technology came about before George Orwell's prediction of 1984. So that is the secret number 2 of this technology. So secret number 3 is stealth radar techniques, were first recorded by observing the Russian bombardment of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow with microwaves. Using high-powered steered phase arrays and focus-directed energy from 2 sources next to each other, one can create a nearly undetectable scalar wave or destructive interference at the point of interest. With just a minor energy interaction, the interfering beams bounce back with a strong signal-to-noise ratio to be resolved at the source again. This allows for any imaging techniques to be done from extremely large distances. In effect, it makes distance irrelevant to the detection feature, be it radar, MRI, or ESR imaging. The volume of my cell phone gone down. At the same time, the Russians had discovered and were developing similar capabilities. This accelerated the secret arms race that continues to this day. These research and capabilities have come a long way in the last 30 years. Even if one didn't have direct access to the knowledge of surveillance capabilities, one could project out in time 30 years knowing technology developments increase at an exponential rate. At the time, the military demonstrated the capability of reading automobile license plates from satellite images. In order to cover up and not draw attention to mind-reading radar, the whole field of psychic phenomena and paranormal psychology was invented to deceive the civilian population of what was occurring. The Russians showed their hand when they started bombarding the U.S. Embassy in Moscow with microwave in the late 60s. That is the story of the 1953 to 1973. And then with the 7 Russian woodpecker transmitters that began operation in 1976 pointed at the US. So the Russian has called their psychotronic technology as 7 Russian woodpecker or woodpecker. Maybe that is Dr. Robert Duncan means they have 7. They are using 7 Russian woodpecker psychotronic machines. Transmitters that began operation in 1976 pointed at the US. So the Russian allegedly is using this psychotronic technology to the Americans. Unfortunately, as I am continuing it, unfortunately, due to the nature of this new weapon, many human minds are needed to create the database of specific brain data necessary to increase the effectiveness on larger and larger population. So, to repeat it again, they need many human minds to create the database of specific brain data necessary to increase the effectiveness on a large and larger population. So they need many minds, many brains for not for experimentation but to gathering data. So it is not experimentation but it is to strategize the positioning of this weapon. So they need many brains. So you should not be wondering why there are so many targeted individuals, because they need brains. So as it is being said here. So to be continued, these are referred to as the cataloging and cloning operation. So brains are clones. Cataloging and cloning operation. In this context, cloning does not refer to human cloning, flesh and blood. That is not the flesh and blood human cloning. Dr. Robert Duncan is saying about the EEG cloning. Many have misunderstood this fact and then it was popularized by the TV series X-Files. So we can see that even the media are conniving. These cloning operations are what plague the human race today, as every country feels the need to have this weapon that requires torturing and killing many people of their own populations to develop. So they are sacrificed their own population to develop fully whatever the capabilities of this technology of voice of God and the psychophysical weapons. That is many, of course. It can I think one thing is being started, it will branch out and produce many fruits. So still the public are thinking that the governments and the militaries around the world cannot read their thoughts and minds because of this. So to be continued, EEG cloning. EEG cloning means to copy someone else's brain waves onto another person. So that is copying the one types of brain waves to the other person. So you can copy one kind of brain's mental activity in one person, and you can clone it to the brains of the entire population of a nation. So they are thinking unitarily. They have a single mind. So they don't know it, of course. The population don't know it, but they can think in a single mind. That's why I am not wondering why every people that see me hate me as a targeted individual because of this EEG cloning. So every people that can see me, because I am a targeted individual since 1985, everybody hate me. Everybody talk about me. They cap, they smear. They speak the same. They speak of the same thing about me. So this is because I do not wonder anymore. Because these people around me are cloned EEG. EEG cloning, it is applied on them. So they have one mind. They hate me. They want a piece of me. So that is what the EEG cloning infused in their brains. So they are cloned. They are cloned. They have one mind against me, against the target. So the targeted individual should not wonder why the people around you hate you. Because they are cloned. Their brains are cloned through EEG cloning. So, to repeat again the definition of this EEG cloning means to copy someone else's brain waves onto another person. The discovery made by Robert Malik allowed this to be done wirelessly anywhere in the world. A new military division emerged called the Psychic Warfare Unit, initially stationed in the Pentagon, but most likely it was rolled into the psychological operation, electronic warfare, and informational warfare units. Initially, this became a great intelligence gathering tool. Psychically, spying onto other people's mind was an incredible feat. I don't use the term EEG cloning much because it refers only to the special case of observing a target's mind. That is only one aspect of the technology. Malik discovered that he could influence brainwaves just as easily as reading them. So at the other extreme, a psychic warrior can EEG clone his brainwaves onto a target. So, a psychic warrior, he can clone one military can clone his brain to many people. So, they think the same. So, what does it mean? He can use many people into something that he wants. If he want to attack someone, he can clone his brain and he can command to the many people to attack that one. So that is psychic warrior. So that is EEG cloning. So at the other extreme, a psychic warrior can EEG clone his brainwaves onto a target. This symbolized in the movie The Matrix, where the agents take over random citizen bodies while in pursuit of the heroes. The correct terminology to describe everything in between the two extremes is EEG heterodyning. So this brain cloning is called EEG heterodyning, electroencephalogram. Yan. That is the EEG heterodyning. Heterodyning is an engineering term which means to mix signals. To EEG cloning is just a special case of EEG heterodyning. EEG cyber hive mind is another term used for EEG heterodyning for non-weapons use experiments. EEG heterodyning for non-weapons use experiments. These are collective of people who share one common set of brain waves. They jokingly refer to the process of forcing someone into a collective as borging them. So you are being borged. Borging. Cyborgs. Just like that. So to be continued, a reference to the evil cyborg civilization from Star Trek. They are studying both the long-term effects of being in this kind of collective mind configuration, how to use it to control, spy through, disable, or kill a target. So that is borging. Borging the people. So they can command through mentally to the people to attack something, to attack someone, or to destroy or to kill someone. So this is the weapon. Every people in the world is already a weapon. So if it is being used by the rogue criminals and then the satanic cult, so they can command people to attack each other. So that is more than the zombies, because the zombies have one mind only. But these people can attack, can be commanded through the brains. So that is, they are using it slightly on targeted individuals, making all the people around the targeted individuals to hate the TI. But actually, they are not yet being experimented to attack and kill. But they are experimenting that idea to the people around the targeted individuals. They want a piece of the targeted individuals actually. So to be continued, EEG cyber hive mind is another term used for EEG heterodyning for non-weapons use experiments. These are collectives of people who share one common set of brainwaves. They jokingly refer to the process of forcing someone into a collective as borging them. A reference to the civil cyborg civilization from Star Trek. They are studying both the long-term effects of being in this kind of collective mind configurations and how to use it to control, spy through, disable, or kill a target. They also are studying communication and organization without spy gadgets of any kind for synchronized mission. So how can you don't need really any gadgets. You can just randomly pick some heads, the businessman, the politician, in anywhere in the world. Anywhere in the world, and you can pick some information from them. So So that's why we are humans, and evil people are lascivious. So what more can these evil people do but to watch your sexual activity? Because evil people are lascivious, just like the fallen angels. When the fallen angels get sins, they lust to the woman on earth and take everything they can. And so the Nephilim, the giants, have come into existence. So evil people, evil angels, evil spirits are all lusty. They are lascivious. So if these are evil people, evil government, or evil military, of course, they will provide first themselves for the gratification of the self, of the sex, of the self, gratification of the flesh. So that is why I am bombarded with sexual moanings 24/7. So to be continued, the emerging field which intersect at the physics of psychology is called psychophysics. The dynamics of the mind are well described from neuroscience reductionism. Artificial neural networks have been around for over half a century. So there are already artificial neural networks have been around for over half a century, as Dr. Robert Duncan explained it here in his book. And to be continued, but the new challenge is to map exactly the subjective experiences of consciousness to the physics of organic intelligences, informational signal processing, including biochemical and electromagnetic. The word psychophysics has additional connotation that are quite appropriate in the way that this field has evolved into the secret labs around the world. The tools of psychophysicists are called psychotronics. So these are the tools of the psychophysicist scientists. The psychotronics, that is what I am talking about here, the psychotronics. It is this area of research that has given rise to all the conspiracy theories on the New World Order psychoterrorists. Secret societies involvement. What are the secret societies that can involve? That is the Freemasonry, Illuminati, and many more. So, secret societies involvement and many other fraternities that can be turned and geared into making terrorism and evil. You can use this fraternity as militia. So that has given rise to all the conspiracy theories on the New World Order psychoterrorists. Secret societies involvement, mind control and satanic cults. Mind control weapons are the holy grail of the ultimate weapon and has given birth to the world's most notorious sociopathic scientists, which in turn have spawned a generation of the most intense human suffering for the weapons testing efficacy the people of this planet have ever endured. So this is it. The first, to continue, the first documented use of mind reading, radar, R-A-D-A-R, radar. So, in order to reduce the effects from the bombardment of the U.S. Embassy in Moscow with microwaves, that is 1953 to 1976, they put up microwave screens on the windows of the building. Oddly enough, this actually had the opposite effect for increasing the microwave intensity inside. The only way this can happen is if interferometry was being used on the embassy. That is interferometry. That is the term used for shielding against that signal, that is microwave bombardment in 1953 to 1976. The U.S. government uses the interferometry device and technique. If you block, this means is, to continue, if you block a path of the interfering heterodyning wave fronts, you can lessen the destructive interference pattern thereby, increasing the measurable energy. This was the first documented use of the so-called scalar weapons. So I stopped with that because it is already being well explained by reading aloud some part of the important part of the book of the Dr. Robert Duncan. So, to summarize the brief history of psychotronic technology that are being used in the world today, even in the World Economic Forum in Switzerland in 2023, it is being admitted that they have the technology that can read minds and thoughts of the people, and it will be introduced to the managers of the business world so that the managers can watch and see the thoughts of their employees. So that is already in 2023 being admitted that this technology is being used on the people in the world long time ago. So you can watch the video of 2023 World Economic Forum 2023. It is in the category of mental block again. The category of I will go back again about that category in World Economic Forum. They are calling it the brain. Okay. It is the brain transparency. The video is titled like this: Brain Transparency. Are you ready? So that is the title of the World Economic Forum 2023 video about the brain transparency program. They are now being used, being on the way to train the managers of the world. So we are here already in 2023. So this is that is already a year ago. So let me summarize the history of this psychotronic technology from some additional information. So to solidify the existence of this psychotronic technology, this technological terrorism around the world, that is truly, I am one of the victims since 1985. So that it must be remembered that it is in 1985, and I believe this is the time also for you to be obliged to subscribe and like my video so that I can produce some mind-steering topics. But though I am not good in English, but I can try. Anyway, practice makes perfect. So, it was, to summarize the existence of this technology, it is from 1958, the invention of neurophone of Patrick Flanagan. This is an American teenager, 17 years old, and the CIA confiscated it. So in 1959, Dr. Cunningham Lilly invented the Lilly wave. And the Lilly wave is defined even in the internet today. It is defined as the frequency of madness. From Lilly wave of 1917, from the inventions of Lilly wave in 1979, and from the invention of from the invention of Lilly wave in 1959 and the invention of neurophone in 1958, that to give way to the psychotronic technology first patented by Robert Malik in 1974. So that's it. So it is the base is the idea of this Lilly wave and the neurophone, coupled with all the medical machines like the EEG or electroencephalogram, the EEG machine. It is combined there. The EKG, electrocardiograms, and the MEG, the MEG, stands for magnetoencephalogram, and the MRI, the magnetic resonance imaging, and the ESR, electron spin resonance. All of these medical machines are coupled and combined with the neurophone of Dr. Patrick Flanagan and the Lilly wave of Dr. Cunningham Lilly. So, in 1974, the first psychotronic machine patented by Robert Malik began. So, to repeat again, in 1960, the old MK Ultra began by the CIA, experimentation of mind control, and mine entrapment is stopped, is being cut dead, being left alone in that time, 1960. So I was born in 1960. Therefore, when if it is cut in 1960, so I am not being reserved as a target. So that is beyond that, because many targeted individuals are telling their experiences that from birth they are being targeted already. But I was born in 1960. In 1960, this is being stopped. So it is continued again by the CIA in 1980 because of this 1974 psychotronic machines of Dr. Robert Malik. Because the first MK Ultra in the 1940s that the CIA began is very brutal. They opened the brain of the mental asylum patients in the USA. So very brutal. So they stopped it because of the Senator Charles Committee that investigated it in 1960. So I was born in 1960. Therefore, when it is stopped, I was born. So I do not believe that I am already a targeted individual since I was born. I am only targeted in 1985. There in Bagbagin, Caloocan City. That is my targeting. Because I have a friend of the family that has the business of this targeting and I don't know it. I am being befriended, and then when I become a friend, I don't know. I am ignorant of the operation of the satanic family. So I get along with them. So in a sudden, I become a victim like this. So it is already organized since 1980. So the CIA began it in 1980, and the U.S. military, under the guidance of CIA, has given it to the military here in the Philippines. So who are these people in the military in the Philippines since 1980? So you can see that they do not even serve the former President Marcos Sr. They do not use the technology to alter the brains of the demonstrator and edge a revolution. They allow it to win, and Marcos go to Hawaii. So they are beyond politics. This group of military handling this kind of technology has no grip by the hands of the politician, like the dictator in the dictator time of Marcos Sr. So they are the boss, not these people. Not even Marcos Sr. Because they allow Marcos Sr. to be driven by the demonstrator, by the people's power in EDSA revolution. They can change the brain of those EDSA people, of the people's power in EDSA. They can change their brain and let them go home, make them dizzy, but they do not use it. They let the people's power win, and Marcos Sr. run to Hawaii. So because Ronald Reagan is the president then, and a friend of Marcos, so he gives some help. He asked the CIA to do something for the Marcoses not to be murdered by the people in the Philippines. So they were allowed to run for the benefits of the Marcoses to the Hawaii. So that is. So these people is not handled by the politician. They are the kingmaker. Because they are not in the government. They handle those in the government. So they have the hands on the best position in the government. What is the very basic important position in the government, in any government? The taxation, the BIR, the Bureau of Internal Revenue. That is the first, because the money is needed in this operation. So they have people there in Bureau of Internal Revenue in every allied nations. So these so-called people that are not politicians, are not voted, are not franchised by the people, is not accountable, because they are not inside the government. They handle those people in important position, from presidency to the BIR position. They handle that because they need money, of course, so they can get where the money is. So it is in the taxation, in the banking system. So that is where the money Where the money is, they don't care about who are in power. They only care about where are the money. So this is it. So it is for the people. This thing can be stopped only by the people if the entire people of the world gather together and ask their Congress to legislate, to regulate the use of these psychotronic weapons that can destroy the fabric of society, because there are no laws being observed, there are no laws being acknowledged by these evil people. So this is what the people needs. If the people get silence, and EEG and boards already, their minds are already cloned, so we have problems. That's why I'm telling you that they have problems with shielding oneself, for shielding against this. So I'm telling you that you need the stainless steel. So even my enemy, if they have money, they can use stainless steel. I don't know if they will be allowed by their bosses. Of course, when they use stainless steel shielding, their bosses cannot even read their minds and thoughts, so they can think something else. So I do not see that these people, that the boss of the psychotronic technology, this terrorism, this technological terrorism and tyranny around the world, will allow their people to shield their homes with stainless steel. That's why I'm saying to those. But you common people, you the people of the world, you can use the stainless steel. Trust me. Everything, every wave is just the same. Even any waves, any kinds of wave, they behave the same. They can be altered the same. They can be prevented in the same. And this thing is just merely using microwaves. And the stainless steel is the compartment of the first microwave system. And the microwave inside the microwave oven cannot release itself, cannot escape. So, what does it mean? If you are using also an stainless, like a house, you are shielded with stainless, your house is shielded with stainless, or you create a room size stainless steel. If you are inside there, no microwave beams or microwaves can enter your system, your body. You are truly shielded by the stainless steel. That's why they are not talking about stainless steel, and so I am talking it now. So that those patriots, police, and those who are in the secret agencies, patriots, and the patriots in the military, you can use with your financial capacity the stainless steel as your shield. You can plan there with your friends. You can plan there. They cannot read you. They cannot listen to your thoughts. They cannot see you, I'll tell you. They cannot entrain your brain. They cannot neurally and nervously entrain your body and brain. So, use the stainless steel when you are talking about some special topics. Especially if you are against the psychotronic tyranny around the world. You can use the stainless steel. Be assured that the shiny side of the stainless steel is facing outward, because it deflects the microwaves, and even the laser beam will not enter, cannot pierce the stainless steel. The stainless steel will discolorate only. It will give you rainbow color. It means that something that is in high temperature received by your stainless steel shielding. When it is discolored into rainbow, it means that it is effective. So you need only to put some grounding rod and connect your stainless shielding into earth. There is another way to use shielding with if you are above the ground. I will explain it, because you will use only some kind of AC/DC converter, and you will use the zero of the transformer, of the secondary parts of the transformer. You can use the zero. You can buy or create your own AC/DC converter from AC to DC. And the secondary part of the transformer, you can use the zero. There is indicated there zero as your earth ground, artificial earth ground, if you are living in the skyscraper, in the taller buildings. So if you have no ground, you cannot put some electrical grounding rod to connect your shielding to the ground. So you can use the zero part of the secondary transformer of your AC-DC converter. You know the converter, the step down voltage of the converter from 0 to 3 volts, beginning to 1.5 sometimes, to 12 volts, to 24 volts, or even to 110 volts. That is a step down in DC. So you can use the zero of the secondary part area of your transformer as your artificial earthing, grounding. So that is as simple as that. So use stainless steel. Try it to yourself, those you have money. But why I'm telling this? Because my enemies are already riches, have already their own riches. They are full of money. They can buy it. I do not believe that their bosses will allow them to shield themselves, because every presidents are being surveilled, being watched. The brain is being watched, that maybe they may think someday to be patriots or to be nationalists. Nationalism will arise from them, will be resurrected, and do something against them. So they are monitoring all the leader of the world, from presidents to prime minister, down to the congressman, to the mayor. They're watching it, so that nobody can rise nationally. When nationalism invade them, of course they will go against the tide. So they must be controlled. They can give you heart attack in your sleep and you die. So it is better for those who have a position of importance, whether you are evil or your saints, you can use the shielding of stainless steel. It is sure. Even the laser beam cannot enter it, especially when the gauge is thicker, a bit of thicker. So that's a lot of money. And the problem is you have to buy it now, because there might be some price problem. The pricing will get high, of course, because it is already in demand. But you in the military, in the police system, and especially those who are in the investigative body of the country, you can create your own, because you cannot think freely. Your enemy in the government can watch everything you do, everything you think. They know where you are because of your DNA. They are their antennas. They can see you not because you are implanted with microchips. Forget about that. They are using your DNA, because when you apply to the government, even from police or to some government employees inside some civil works, you need to go to medical examination, of course, and they will get your blood. So that is the source of your DNA. So they can use your DNA as your antenna. So the government don't need to chip you. They need your DNAs. So it's over. When they got your DNA, you have nowhere to hide. So you have to use the stainless steel. If you are patriotic enough to save the nation and the law and order of this nation, because we have problem with that. The result will be chaotic and civil wars. So law must be enforced. We must destroy this wickedness and lawlessness. What is the use of our Constitution? So we have to live according to the laws, not to be barbarians. So it is easy for us to go to war. But the problem is, we will win. But that is the case. So this is the call for the military and the police force. If you are nationalist enough, and I know that you cannot just move easily. So this is the time. Create an stainless steel shielding and then talk about anything inside. Be sure that it is electrically grounded. The thicker the gauge of the stainless steel, that is the best. If you can mold it into corrugation, like the corrugated roofing, the metal roofing of the former roofing in the Philippines, it is better if there is a corrugation in that stainless steel. You can roll about it. You can improvise rollers for that. And you can use the design of the half of the drum. If you can see the drum, cut it into halves, and that is the best design. That is being used as a hangar for airplanes before, but that can be the best design for residential area, for residential design this time. Not only for the hangar for the airplanes, but that is the best deflector and reflector and absorber of this microwave. So stainless steel is best for deflection and absorbing. That is already an steel technology. So you don't have to create some electronics cancellation of wave, because that is very costly. That is very expensive to create. The cancellation of every row waves in the air. It will take millions, and I believe the electronics industry will not sell you the most important parts of your project, because it will go against their bosses, because their bosses, they are being controlled also. All of these businessmen, bigger businessmen has no freedom, of course. Do you think that these super billionaires have their own freedom? No, they have no freedom. No. The more you are a leader in the important position of your country, you have no freedom. The more you are getting richer because you are a businessman, you have no freedom. You are naked. You are living in the glass house. They can see you through and through. So, thank you very much, and this is already 3:41 in the afternoon here in the Philippines, and good day to you, and perhaps maybe you can remember to subscribe to my channel and like also my video, so that I can create more topics, though I am not good in English, but it can stir the minds. We can do it, of course. I'm not telling this just to disrupt things or to give chaos, but for the understanding of how our freedom is lost already since 1980. We can regain it without blood. Only to go to the government, to the congressman, and to the Senate, and to pass laws against the regulation for this technology. Because this technology can destroy everything. This technology is more than atomic bomb. You can kill a nation in their sleep. See? You can give them heart attack, all of them, wipe out. Nobody will rise from sleep. This is more potent than the atomic bomb. So, everybody must think about this. Evil people in the world are only 1% of the entire population. But because of the billions, the 8 billions are always saying, I am alone. What can I do? So, you are 8 billion saying every time that words, I am alone. What can I do? And you are 8 billion saying like that you are alone and you can do nothing because you are alone. And you are 8 billion saying that you are alone. What can I do? So, that is responsibility. You must be responsible with your future and with the future of your children's. So, create some important things and make purpose to your life. There is God. Yes, believe in God, and think of this, that nothing can create something. So, the universe in you is not created by accident. Because accident coming from something. Isn't it? How can a nothing can create something? Because it is nothing. It is nothing. So, if there is something like the universe and you, so someone had created you. So, good day, and God bless us all. Thank you very much, and be free.